Hi friends, welcome back to Authentically Blonde. I'm Lexi.
I'm Casey.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're happy to have you here.
In lieu of back to school, me and Lexi went back to school shopping at no other place but Walmart.
Even though I'm not going back to school.
Even though, Lexi went with me, and then naturally we were all shopping and it just all happened. So we just are decked out in Walmart stuff.
They're kind of cheesy, but
my cool fuzzy cheetah slippers.
If you guys don't have
my
these
favorite.
Walmart sweat shorts, you're missing out because they're like $5 and they've completely changed my life. So.
And these cute, happy shirts.
Yeah, what the heck?
They're so cute.
Be a nice human.
Hooray! So kind of along the same lines of going back to school, we kind of wanted to talk about going back to school anxiety and all the stress and just kind of the stress of what a new year has and that kind of thing. So here we are.
Obviously,
Lexi's not going back to school. She already graduated, which is literally the saddest thing ever.
Graduating today.
Yeah, today's graduation. You'll see posts, I'm sure. But I had my first week of school last week, and it's just been a lot. That last week was hard for us, both of us. There was just a lot going on.
Some weird stuff happened. Guys, our basement flooded for like the fourth time, and I'm mad.
Literally the fourth time. I live in the basement. It's just a disaster. We're so over it.
Yeah.
But then our roommate's dad came into town and helped us figure out what was going on because had to do with the washer. And
literally,
this wrench thing, we'll put a video or a picture right here, but this wrench thing was in the pipe.
Disgusting. We don't know what it is or when it got there. Like if
it's really sick. And anyways, so that didn't really help with the anxiety that was building up throughout the week for me to come home and the basement's flooded.
It kind of just felt like one thing after another.
Yeah. Okay, so back to school. For me, a lot of things play into my going back to school anxiety, like seeing people I haven't seen all summer, or I mean, it's been 5 or 6 months since we've seen some of these people. So seeing new people, my brain is just not in shape for school. Not to mention just like the whole coronavirus layer that is added on top, because we're all at our school, we're back in person. There's rules and regulations and stuff. And for me, actually, I had an anxiety attack on the first day of school. I was not prepared. I walked into my first class and felt completely over my head, was very overwhelmed by seeing all these people, and throughout the day, one thing after another kept happening, and I broke. And Lexi was here to help me.
Like, I'm at work, like, I'm sorry, I can't be there.
I'm like, I'm sad you graduated.
So obviously I'm not in school anymore, but I kind of have felt like this sounds really dramatic, but like PTSD about like going back to school. Not that it's ever been like the worst thing ever, but it's just like this weird feeling, kind of like in August, it's just starting to settle on you that you're going back to school. And like I've still felt that, like I feel like I'm going back to school, and it's not like scary, but I was just always like, start of volleyball would always be the very beginning of school, and then it's just trying to balance the school life and volleyball life, and it's just stressful, and being in a new place and being with new people and teachers and just adjusting to the whole school life.
The whole school thing. And it can be really exciting, like going back to school. I was really excited to go back to school because with quarantine and the coronavirus and all this stuff, everything was uncertain. Everything was, what the heck is going on? I didn't really have a schedule. I worked, but it just felt different. So I was excited to go back to school. But then I forget how much anxiety comes with school, and I know that we're not the only ones that feel that way. And so going back to school, I think, can be really scary for a lot of people too, because you're having to re-put yourself into these situations that you haven't had to be in for the whole summer, and then all of a sudden you're facing people or things or
whatever
that you haven't had to deal with in a long time, and that's really stressful.
So now we're going to talk about some things that have been helpful for us in the past to just kind of adjust to that whole transition. So for me, it's a lot about organization and just like controlling what I can control. So I don't have to have a planner and like color coordinate my classes and practice and lifting and all all that kind of stuff. And just like really knowing like what my week looks like can help me like prepare. Like usually on a Sunday, I'm like, hey, this is what I'm doing for traveling this week. I need to have this ready to go by Wednesday and talk to all my professors and just really ingraining it in my head what I need to do that week.
And for me, I have talked about before how I have social anxiety to the max, and I think being back at school has really just amplified it, especially being alone because of quarantine for months and months. Being around people's a lot. But for me, one thing that helps me with my anxiety when going back to school is to kind of have an idea of what my friends' schedules are. So not saying I can't be alone, but knowing, okay, if I go to the cafeteria this time, I know this person will be there, and I don't have to walk and be scared through the cafeteria because I know that people I love will be there, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So knowing my friends' schedules, planners, weekend just like focus moments, I don't know.
I think like the most underrated thing that helps me get through school is sleep. Like,
oh my gosh.
I never made enough time for myself to sleep, but like it's hard when
It's hard.
you go to class all day, you practice till like 6:30ish.
Have to find a time to
eat and then do homework, and then it's like, okay, well now I have 4 hours to sleep because I have to get up at 6 for weights.
Yeah.
So that's hard, but if you can't, like, just try, like, that's why planning ahead of time is a lot easier. Like, if you could get something done on the weekend that'll help you get even just like a couple hours of sleep, extra hours of sleep that week is like so
Game changer.
Yeah, it'll change everything.
I'm a horrible example because I've kind of been in denial that school started. Ask Lexi, I have not done one bit of homework this weekend, which is a horrible
I'm
thing.
like, please take my advice.
I'm like, Lexi's advice to Casey, do your freaking homework, because I'm not setting myself up for a successful week because of this. And volleyball starts this week, so So my advice for my younger self would be to try to change my mindset of, oh my gosh, we're going back to school for 9 months. This is like summer's over. I'm sad. I'm anxious. What's to come? To kind of more of an excited perspective. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but that's really exciting because something super cool could happen. And I'm learning. I have the privilege of learning, and that's awesome. And so I think that would help a lot with my anxiety going back to school, knowing that there's so much room for opportunity and new things, new friends, and not as much like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what's going on, I'm scared.
Right. That's good advice, because like I feel like a lot of times it's like, oh, school, like I don't want to do school, but like getting to go to school and have an education and being able to learn new things is like such a privilege that's like I for sure have taken for granted. And yeah, just like that mindset is good to have. Okay, so for my younger self, I would tell her to just be confident in going back to school, because I feel like I was always so insecure like the first few weeks, like just being disorganized, and just change for me has always been a hard thing. So like if it's going into a new grade or something, like that was always really stressful. But if I just had the confidence to know that volleyball's gonna be good, school's gonna be good, I have all these opportunities, and I gotta be with my friends, and everything is fun, and I mean not everything, like it is stressful, but
everything is fun, right?
Everything's fine. Just telling myself it's fine.
fine.
I don't know, just confidence. I wish I had more of when I was younger.
Yeah, so good luck to everyone going back to school. You can do this. You're smart. It's awesome that we're back in school. So good luck. Let us know if there's anything that you want us to talk about regarding school or the fall or winter coming up. And we'd love to help in any way we can.
And we know this year looks a lot different, and that's going to cause a lot of stress just in general. So we're all in this together, you know?
Yeah, so if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and make sure to subscribe. Thanks.
Bye.